Today, one thing I want to do is teach you about character webs. It's important to know how to think about a character and to train our thoughts in the way to do so. That's what I want to help you with. Before leaving class yesterday, I asked you if you would give me a minute of your time. I wanted to explain a little bit about what you might be learning tonight when you got home. It's important that you understand what you're going to be doing so that you have fun doing it. I asked you to look into a hat and pick out a name. Not knowing what you were going to get was the excitement of this, right? Or maybe you got a little scared. Anxiety is not a bad thing when you're learning something new, and of course everybody got something different. Who knows? I chose to do our project on the book that we've just finished reading, Wonder. I feel like this is a book that we all enjoyed and we can have many details about. There are many different characters that we can look at, and since we've just finished, it will be fresh on your mind. That's an important thing. Do it when you finish it. Some of the characters you could have chosen were Augie, Miranda, Mom, Jack, Julian, Dad. All of these peoples have parts in the book, so it's important that you'll be able to go back and check and learn about the characters. Giving you the steps to help you do this will bring on knowledge that you might not know you even had, or it'll help you understand better. Looking at a character in the text is the most important way to do this, not from what you think, but from what you've learned. Knowledge is key to learning, and understanding is more important than that. Looking at Bronx Masquerade, I want to show you what I've done to create the project that we're going to be doing. Picking out a character, for example here, Raoul, I've picked out characters and picked out sections of the book and highlighted them so that you'll be able to see what I've looked at. It's important not only to choose details about the character's appearance, but also about what other people feel about him. A way to look up character traits is to search it online. You might be unsure, or you might have a hard time coming up with words. I know sometimes I do. So you're going to go to Google and type in character traits list. You know, there's many options that you can choose from. I always choose the first one. It's usually the best to choose. So as you can see, I've clicked here, and you can take a look at what I found. These are a bunch of describing words that you might can use to look at your character. Since we've already looked at the text, you might be able to come up with ideas for some of the words. Choose something different or ordinary, you know, whatever you want to portray in your project. The next thing you're going to do after choosing these is we're going to make a character web. So you want to start with the name of your character. For instance, here it's going to be Raoul. The next thing you're going to want to do is come up with 4 words that are going to describe that character. In this case, I'm going to use 2 words that other people feel about Raoul, being Spanish, and 2 words that describe him, his inner person. So the words that I've chose for you is bambinos, creative, delinquent, and determined. All of these have come straight out of the text. In my opinion, you read it as you believe. The next thing we're going to do is look at character traits that are supported from the text. The same words that you used on the web are what you're going to use here. It's important to get a mental image of the words that you chose. Google images online. I've chosen some for you. Bambino is crazy, right? Then delinquent. What do you think about? A kid in handcuffs? Maybe. The next word I've chosen is creative. Creative can be many things. Color, paint, drawing, whatever you feel like creative is. Get that mental picture in your mind. Lastly, determined. What do you think it is? Could be many things. Riding a bike? Pushing a rock up a hill? Who knows? It's important that you put yourself in this project as well. The next thing you want to do is come up with details of those mental images that you've come up with. Bambinos. You can think about beer, sombreros, chipped teeth, who knows? Next, delinquent. You might think about growing up in the Bronx, or him wasting his time, or having no money. It's important you think about the character himself. Next, I'm giving you an example of something that you're going to be doing in class. Something I think that you'll find fun. I know it's exciting to see examples. After watching this video, I hope you found it interesting. I hope you learned something. I hope it can be something that you can go back and watch over and over and maybe use for a different classroom. One thing I want you to think about after watching this video is how you can apply it to what you've been learning in class. It's important to think about characters. Think about the character that you drew out of the hat. Think about how you're going to use it. You might be writing about it. You might be creating precepts. You might even be drawing about it, like I showed you an example of. Who knows what you'll be doing? Switching around in classrooms, learning different things. It might even be something that you have to put effort in, but if learning's fun, then it's worth the effort, right? I hope you can use this in other classes, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.